Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. It is time for an earnings update. This video is going to cover the first half of April 2016. If you're new to my channel, you might be wondering why I am doing this. So I'm just going to give you a little recap. I had been doing YouTube for well over a year, but it was just as a way to try to attract more viewers to my Deals by Darlene page. I had a deals blog. And then I decided in March of 2016 that I was going full-time YouTube. As a matter of fact, the first day that I woke up and said, I am now a full-time YouTuber, was March 20. So at that point, I started to really pay attention to my earnings. I started setting goals for myself. I started actually learning about YouTube and how it works and how I could maybe improve my earnings. So even though I've been on YouTube for like almost a year and a half, maybe even a little bit more now, I've only considered myself a full-time YouTuber for about 4 weeks. So I will have a playlist below this video if you want to go catch up on my first update. That one shows you like what I was making as a deals blogger, which at one point was a nice chunk of money. And then that started to go downhill. And now I'm going to do updates twice a month for a while. I don't know, maybe like my whole first year of being full-time. Depends. If it gets to the point where I don't want the IRS to know what I'm making. No, I'm just kidding. The IRS knows what I'm making because we get 1099s for this gig. So anyway, I just want to, again, remind you guys that my goal for April is $200 for the month for this channel. And I will show you that I'm pretty much on target, so I'm happy about that. My long-term goal, don't laugh, is $1,000 a week. It's very doable. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but it's doable. Many people make a lot of money on YouTube, but it's not easy to do. It's not something that you can just do casually. You know, some people might get lucky with a viral video, but if you want this as a career, you're going to have to put in the time and effort. But you can watch me. I'm going to give you all kinds of stats, and hopefully I'll be able to show you a realistic view of how someone can earn on YouTube. That's the whole point of these videos. For April, and YouTube is always like 2 days behind. So today is actually April 17, but the analytics that I'm looking at for this update is April 1st through April 15. That's as far up as they're updated. So that's perfect. That's half the month. So that's what we're going with. If any of you can figure out in the analytics how to see how many videos I uploaded, please let me know. I cannot find it in the analytics. I had to go back and count how many videos. So this is me asking some of you who know more than I do if there's a way in the analytics that I can see that and just get a number. I can't find it, and I looked everywhere. So for April, so far, between April 1st and April 15, I have uploaded 38 videos. Yes, 38. That's in 2 weeks. A lot of those are quickies. I do a daily update every day. I don't know if I started that right at the beginning of the month or not, but it's something that I certainly do now and plan to continue doing. And I also do some sneak peeks, which are quick. You know, even my daily updates, some of them are as long as an actual video, so a lot. Okay, so I uploaded 38 videos. I will be showing you some stuff on the screen, but I just went through and did a lot of numbers just to make it easier. In the first 2 weeks of April, I got 1,032 new subscribers. That's in 2 weeks. That's good for me. I used to get like maybe 10 a month, so... I'm going to compare that the first 2 weeks of March of last month, I had only gotten 413 new subs. So I went from 413 from the beginning of March to 1,032 for the beginning of April. But remember, the beginning of March, I was not concentrating on YouTube. So that's a good jump. I expected a good jump like that. I don't think I'll see big jumps like that very often. For March, the first 2 weeks of March, I had 31,601 views. For the first 2 weeks of April, I had 70,903 views. So big improvement there, more than doubled. My audience retention, now this is important once you really start, wanting to know what your videos are doing. Audience retention means like what percentage of the video did they watch? Like if somebody watches the video and they only watch half of it, well, that's actually considered a good rate of audience retention. That means you kept them on your video for half the time. Audience retention is a good way to show yourself which videos are the ones that are keeping people attracted. Like if I go to my video list and I click on the audience retention, and if I see a certain type of video is always dropping off midway, then I'll know, okay, that one's not like holding their attention all the way through. But if I see something like a hair cutting video that's keeping people watching till the end, well, then I know that's a good kind of video to reproduce. So it's not really so much you guys really need to know, because I'm not comparing it to anyone else, but my audience retention went from, in March, the first 2 weeks of March, at 34%, which was pretty good, and I brought it up to 41% for the beginning of April. Now, here's a stat that surprised me, because once upon a time, and it had to be pretty, close to when I first started doing YouTube, I had like a 50-50 ratio of men and women watching my YouTube videos. And I even mentioned it just not long ago that, oh, the boys like me on YouTube, because I only ever had like 5% men on my deals page and 95% women. So at one point, I know I saw in the statistics that I had about a 50-50 split. But no, this first 2 weeks of April, I was at 88% female and 13% male, which is kind of weird because that makes 101%. But, and it was pretty much the same for March. So I'm losing some of the boys. I wonder what that means. I want more male audience. Let's get that number up. Tell the boys to come and watch. The biggest age group that I'm getting is 18 to 34. And then from like 34 to 65 was like, the next biggest. And then below 18, I think, was the next. And I was like 10% of people below 18 watching my videos. And then 65 and up was only like 2%. Okay, so for my earnings, I wanted 200 for April. So I'm looking at midway, I wanted at least 100, and I'm at 96.13. So that's good. In March, by mid-month, I only had $40.95, and I ended up with what? What did I end up with in March? Like 161, something like that. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I should reach my 200 or very close to it for the total month of April. So now let's see. I do want to show you guys, I do want to mention, I gotta go turn my fan on, hang on. I am seriously considering getting my air conditioners in the windows. This was just interesting to me anyway. Again, I don't, if you're trying to do this on YouTube, then it might be interesting to you. If you're just here to like listen to me talk, these aren't probably going to be your videos, because I'm talking about money, and there's nothing funny about making money. No. It's serious business. Obviously, my biggest audience is in the United States. Over 46,000 views this month so far came from the US. The next in line is the UK, over 7,000, almost 8,000 views. And then Canada at 5,500 views. Then Australia at 1,500 views. And then I have Sweden, Germany, Finland, Norway, Netherlands, and New Zealand, all like between 500 and 700, almost 800 views per country. So I just think that's pretty cool. I like that. So now let's go in and I'll show you what videos were popular for me for the month of April so far. And I know some of you are thinking that we're not allowed to show our earnings. We absolutely are allowed to show earnings. We're allowed to say what we earn. It's not a big deal. And believe me, the IRS knows. So, like I said, I get a 1099 for this, so there's no way I can fudge the numbers. The voice is always different when I switch you over to my laptop camera, so, but let's go look. Okay, you will see that I'm looking at the range April 1st through April 15, and there you can see that there's my earnings. I got $4.80 from YouTube Red revenue and $91.33 from the regular ad revenue. YouTube Red is for people who buy a subscription to YouTube, and then they can watch without looking at ads. So since YouTube has taken away the ads from those videos, they share a part of the subscriptions with their content creators to make up for losing the ad revenue, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, now you can see that on April 1st, I was at 645, it went down, then I had a nice little jump here, and then it went way down, and then I just started going back up with only a couple little dips here and there, and there is the 15th was my best day at $10.64. And if you're looking at your own analytics, you can click on each little dot and it will show you. Let's look at this one. That was on the 15th. So let's see what video was the champion that day. Still my Watch Me Cut My Hair. That is still the one that's in first place. On that particular day, it earned $2. And then my hair, Watch Me Dye My Hair, was next. Facebook comments was next. My Hannafit, I got busted, and my Walmart bike ride, and my old Bissell stick vacuum review, and then you can see, they're just earning pennies. But look at, videos that are very old and probably mean nothing to anyone are still earning a little bit of money. So that's how it adds up. The more content you have, the more residual income you earn. So let's go back to the month. So for the first 2 weeks of April, obviously it's going to be the Watch Me Cut My Hair at $21.70, and then again the hair dyeing, the stick vac, my genie bra, my hair. So you can see people are very curious about the hair cutting and things like that. A little bit to do with Shaw's, my hula hooping, pretty much anywhere that I'm making a fool of myself. it's where the money is. And then here's my how much money do I make full disclosure video. And you can just see as we go down here, I'll let you take a look. I'll just pause here for a second. So that's what it looks like for me for the first 2 weeks. And I am hoping by the end of the month that we will see the full month with an earning of $200 plus. That is the goal. All right, so I'm very new to this earnings update thing. If you are a YouTube content creator and you would like me to share other stats that are important to you that I haven't mentioned, please let me know, because I like to know what's important to people, and I'm still learning. I do my homework every night. I like to follow video creators with Tim Schmoyer. Very helpful, very quick videos, just explaining ways for you to be a better content creator and just all around helpful. That's what I have for you so far this month. I will be back at the beginning of May once all of April's stats are in, and we will look and see how I did for April, my first full month as a full-time YouTuber. So thank you so much for watching, for all the comments you guys leave me, for all the thumbs up that you give, and just for all the awesome support. I mean, I just really, really appreciate it. I had a hard time making the transition from a deals blogger to a YouTube vlogger, but the timing couldn't have been more perfect. I got that haircutting video that went sort of viral, and I got a lot of new YouTube subscribers who are just absolutely awesome and are immediately part of my family. My new family. I absolutely love everyone. I love everyone who came from my old family over to the YouTube family, and because I got all those new subscribers, it made that transition so much easier for me. It was still hard, it was very emotional, and I still struggle with it. I don't struggle with my choice. I am absolutely happy that I have converted over to YouTube. But it is scary because I didn't mention that my earnings that I made for the coupons you had seen before. I used to make anywhere from like $4,000 to $5,000 a month. And then last month for March, I was down to not even quite 2,000. That's probably not even going to be 1,000. I mean, I have no clue. When I update for the month of April, I'll also include the earnings that I've made with the coupons. I'm basically doing nothing with that, so that's going right down the tank. So you can see that right now I'm living off savings. So we will get that up, and I am very confident that there's a day I will be making $1,000 a week on YouTube. That's my goal. Giving myself 2 years, and if I don't do it in 2 years, well then I'm quitting, or I'm going to just keep trying. I'll let you guys decide when the time comes if you want me to keep trying or not. I'll keep trying. I know I will. All right, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.